While listening to someone, have you ever felt lost, unable to understand what is the point they are trying to make? This is very common. This happens in our day-to-day life. This differentiates between a good communicator and a not very good communicator. Now imagine you are in an interview and the interviewer is unable to understand what is the core point you are trying to make. That is very scary, right? But don't worry. I'm going to share with you an easy framework which is called STAR method, by following which you can frame your answers in such a way that they are short as well as they're effective. Before getting started, if we are meeting for the first time, I am Arindom Ayan, presently working as a senior product manager in a Fortune 5 company in Europe. In my 15 years of career, I have worked in 6 different roles in 3 different companies. I have appeared in several interviews myself, failed in many, but learned a lot of lessons from them. I have also helped many candidates prepare for their interviews. Coming to the topic of the day, STAR method or STAR framework, so as we call it. So STAR stands for situation, task, action, and results. Let me explain one by one with proper examples how to frame your answer in this particular framework. First, the situation. This is where you set the stage. You don't need to go into every detail, just enough for the interviewer to understand what is going on. For example, you could say, in my last job, our team was facing a major project deadline when 2 of the key members of the team were suddenly unavailable. So this is the situation. Now the task. What was your role in the situation? What responsibility did you have? You could say my task was to step in and ensure the project stayed on track despite the missing team member. This is where most of the people miss and they skip this part and go straight to the action part. If you don't tell the interviewer what was your responsibility, the interviewer won't know why you are the one who had to solve the problem. So the next one is action. This is the main part of your answer. What did you actually do to handle the situation? Be very specific here. Don't just say I worked hard. Instead, show what actions you took. For example, I reassigned the task to other team members who had some bandwidth, coordinated closely with the client to manage the right expectations, and worked overtime to ensure the project was delivered in time. When describing your actions, don't just focus on what you did. Emphasize why you made those decisions. This will show the interviewer your problem-solving process and your leadership skills. Finally, the results. This is the most important part, the outcomes of your actions. So what happened because of what you did? So here's the key. You have to try to quantify wherever it is possible. So for example, as a result, we delivered the project ahead of the schedule and the client was so impressed that they gave us additional business the following quarter. This particular example does not have a dollar value or a metric improvement number attached to it, but in a different example, you might have a result where you can quantify the dollar value gain or the any metric improvement. So you should mention that in the answer. You don't need to always have a huge success story to use the STAR method to frame your answers. Even for the smaller examples as well, you can use this particular framework, because this particular framework helps in setting the right context for the interviewer, then also tells why you thought this particular action is required, and then what exactly steps you've taken in the actions, and that what is the outcome of it, right? So this particular hierarchy helps the understanding process of the interviewer and then date with a takeaway of what results you brought into the table. It touches base all the elements of the process of solving a problem. You can use STAR method not only in interviews but also in a day-to-day conversations in office. When you are explaining your past experience, you can use this particular framework to stand out in a conversation or in a meeting. Master the STAR method and you will be able to tell stories that stick and makes them very memorable. So here's your challenge. Next time you are asked a question, follow the STAR method and break it into 4 steps: situation, task, action, and result. Keep it clear, keep it focused, and show them exactly how you have shined. If you practice this, you will perfect this in some time for sure. If you are preparing for interviews, you can check some other videos that I have prepared for interview preparation in the playlist above here. Also, if you want me to cover any tough questions you have faced in the recent interview, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, bye.